Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, ma'am. I hope you are in a good condition. My name is Anissa Fitri India, and in this presentation, I will talk about parenting and adapting to new environments. Okay, the reason why I choose this topic is because I see that when someone enters a new learning environment, such as moving schools and studying in another city or college, studying abroad, the role of parents is still very large. And the support and parenting patterns given since childhood can determine how ready a student is to face major environmental changes. Okay, we can next. Next is what is a new learning environment? Okay, I write 3 points. That number one is changing schools or campus, studying abroad, as I mentioned before, and culture adaptation, language, and learning system. Okay, a new environment can take many forms. For example, moving to a bigger school or studying abroad, and it can also mean entering a new, different education system from a national school to an international school. And in a situation like this, a student will face various changes, such as starting from the physical environment, learning methods, and different cultures, or they can face culture shock to having to build a new friendships from scratch, and all of these changes can certainly cause stress. And if there is no support, no backing up, or no encouragement, especially from the parents, the adaptation process can be very difficult. Okay, so we are moving to next is why is adaptation important? Again, I have 3 points, that is prevent stress and culture shock, and maintain learning motivation, help social development. Okay, so the ability to adapt to a new environment is very important because it affects almost all aspects of a student's life. If they cannot adapt, they can experience stress and culture shock, loneliness, and even lose motivation to learn. And on the other hand, students who can adapt quickly will find it easier to build social relationships, understand a new ways of learning, and maintain their mental health. And adaptation also shows that someone can be flexible and independent. Two things that are very much needed in the world of education and life in general, that is flexible and independent. Okay, next we are moved to introduction to parenting styles. Okay, in this slide, I have four parenting styles, that is authoritative, authoritarian, permissive, and the last is neglectful. Sounds interesting, right? Okay, the first we have authoritative. This is assertive and caring. Number two is authoritarian. This is strict styles and unfriendly. The third is uncontrolled and caring. The last is uncontrolled but indifferent. Okay, in psychology, there are four main types that I have right, and the first is authoritative, which is parents who are firm but warm and open. So they are like caring their children. And the second is authoritarian, which is parents who are firm but rigid and do not discuss much. So the parents is like do not care much. And number three is permissive, which is parents who are warm but give their children too much freedom. And the last is neglectful, which is a parenting style that tends to be indifferent and uninvolved. So um, this is like they do not care too much about their children. Permissive and neglectful is kinda similar, but permissive is the parents is still caring about their children, and each parenting style forms different characters and personality in children. For example, children who are raised with an authoritative style usually have self-confidence and can make their own decisions, and this is an important needed because when they enter a new learning environment they can survive. Yeah. Okay, next is which parenting style helps the most. Okay, um I think that parenting style helps the most is authoritative. As I mentioned before, this is parenting style that independent, make children confident and open. Example of behavior is parents is giving freedom but still guide their children, and this style is the most effective in forming independent, responsible, and challenge ready children. Children who grow up with this style are usually accustomed to discussions. Their opinions are filtered and they are given space to learn from mistakes. So they do not afraid if they have a mistakes, and yeah, they can learn from that. And this is very important when they enter a new learning environment because they are less likely to panic and better able to regulate their emotions. And on the other hand, children who are too restrained or too spoiled often find it difficult to stand alone in a strange place. Yeah, so it's better to teach to have these authoritative parenting styles to your children. Next is conclusion. So, in conclusion, a new learning environment does bring many challenges, but with the right parenting, a student can face many challenges with more readiness and confidence. Parenting is not only affects a child's childhood but also shapes their mentality when they grow up in white places, and therefore the role of parents remains important even when the child is a teenager or in college, and support, trust, and healthy communication between the parents and the children will be the key for students to grow into adaptive and independent individuals. And remember this, parenting is the foundation of adaptation. New environment is the challenges and opportunities, and also parental support remains important even when children are older. So it is very important. Okay, next is thank you. Okay, thank you, ma'am, for watching this video. I hope my explanation is clear enough. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.